morning, y'all. I know nobody's here yet, but I got here. I'm kind of tired this week. It's been a really, really busy, crazy week. Let me show you what I'm kind of working with this morning. It's cold already. So I'm bringing the dog cat pet fur baby crate inside. It's at the floor space beside the minimalist closet. The cables for the solar come off the roof and come through the bottom of that window. It has a board with a hole drilled through it that's under there. Good morning, Beth. So I think I just did this, Beth. I think I'm going to have to put a piece of plywood on top of that crate because it's a little weak. That'll strengthen it up. And but Wendy was just inside, and I did set it on one of those big heavy duty plant trolleys with wheels, and those wheels lock, so I locked the wheels, but that makes it so I can pull it out and clean it better. I don't know why I've always liked things off the floor a little bit, so it's what's happening. Good morning, Iris. Guys, there's Miss Wendy. I'm really tired, guys. It's been quite a week. No, I haven't even brushed my hair this morning. Oh, okay, Iris, that's great. I may cut this a little short. Iris, I might not be on for very long. Depends on what happens. I need to go over here to the little table beside the chair, and I need to get the new tripod that Leanna sent me. Hold on a second. Let's do that. Yeah, I have a sheet of plywood outside. It's not happening this morning. Yes, things are in one stage of messy or another projects, right? Leanna, little tripod. And good morning, Leanna. And she got me a little jar of raw honey. So I can't quite. I can do a lot, guys, but it can't quite hold everything the way I'd like to. Okay? So here we go. This is the little tripod. I opened it once, so I know how. It'll take me a minute to kind of get it back open. But let me show you. You understand this water bottle's a water. It's smaller than my book. Okay. So when the phone from okay. So when the phone with me anytime I leave the house. Opens. It's metal inside. That's really nice. So I don't know how high up I'm making it. And then, yeah, I haven't charged this. This is the little clicker for turning it on and off. And then the bottom, I had a hard time opening this the first time, the bottom part, because the bottom of the legs was so stuck together from being packaged. But look, it does a little, it gets pretty long. You know, it's not 5 feet long or anything, but it's good enough. And look, I can set it. Let's see, Wendy. This, I know my hair's a mess, guys. It's what it is today. It was cold this morning. I'm going to catch you up on details. My little table beside the chair. I bought one that I could afford. I looked at a number of them that were all similar. And I had a different one picked out. But when I realized I could get one for $30, I could get it now instead of buying one for $45 that I couldn't afford to get for months. Well, I don't know that those numbers are right. No, I think the one I was looking at was 60 something. But anyways, so I bought the one I bought. Okay, so this is the little tripod. Then this part does this. And these, not very bright, but they're little lights. So at nighttime, they'll be great. And they come off so I can charge them. It's back on? Yeah, it's back on. All right. So I am going to, let me go that way with it. And then you pull these little tabs out on the top. And this one has a slidey thing. So I'm setting it on the table. And now I'm going to move you guys around again. And I hope I don't lose you or lose the connection or something for a minute while I adjust this. So I can talk to you guys and not even think for a little bit about holding the phone. Oh, and the top part also leans back and forward a little, a little bit. So you get a better angle. All right. I'm moving you guys onto it. Put you on that. Now on this side. Push that out so it catches the phone. Wait a minute. Do that a little more so it's up a little more. There we go. All right, okay. Yeah, I'm tired, guys. You guys know I'm tired, but. And? How about and instead of but? There we go. And I don't think, because I'm sitting on a stool and the window is in front of me, I'm not going to use the little lights. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much, Leanna. I don't have to hold it now. So it's sitting right there. How do I show you this? Okay, it's sitting right in front of the window. I'm going to do this and I hope it doesn't. See, the little table is on wheels. We'll look at that later. But it's right in front of the window. And so my face is getting the sunshine. And I can let it sit right there and not hold it for right now. And Wendy's in the chair right beside my arm. I can touch her. She's my good baby goo. She came up, she got up this morning. And yeah, thank you, Leanna, so much. Okay, I know that I don't look as tired as I did days ago. I ended up, this has been the fall festival season, in my humble opinion. Whatever. And so normally when I used to camp a lot in my vehicles, I would go be somewhere for 10 days or more, and I would invite people to be in my camp. And we would have one good together meal, usually on the Sabbath within the Feast of Tabernacles. And I know my hair's, I can see me, and it's bugging me. Anyway, so, but it's been a weird week, really weird. You guys have seen my posts. I had fixed dinner, went on the back patio. Wendy and the kitty were playing. The cat climbs the tree right there. She's playing around. All of a sudden, there's this big bird and a fluff of stuff falling off the tree. I thought she was dead. Wendy chased after the bird. I had to go open the gate. I'm, running behind them. And I'm like, oh my God, did he take her? I think he took her, right? Then I had the bull, unmarked, no ear tag, no brand. Yet it's free range cattle out here. And I kept going, I wonder if that's one of those twins that was born this spring that I'd seen earlier in the year. But he wanted my rain barrel, then he wanted the bird bath, then he wanted the straw I got for the compost pile and for cat beds. It was a whole thing. Oh no. Beth, I'm tired enough I forgot to change some things. I'm really sorry. I just realized. Um, so I don't know what I've missed or who I've missed. Um, I'm driving, but will be listening. I saw that. Beth said plywood is a good idea. Yeah, I think putting plywood on that will be a really good idea. But at least it kind of gets a couple of things out of my way. And I had the battery pack on the bottom of the little table beside the chair. And even though the table has wheels, I couldn't move the table because the battery pack's heavy. So, anyways, okay. Oh, there's Mary. Hi, Mary. It's okay. I also didn't remind you. Well, thank you too. Okay. Um, so yeah, it was the first time I woke up. Okay. So I didn't sleep at all for 4 nights with the bull situation. And the first night was not just a bull. I was grieving that I thought I lost that little cat. And she's got these huge paws and she's like Maine Coon or something. And I don't even know. Nobody said. They just gave her to me. And she's a great cat. And I was like, no, I don't want to lose another cat. I can't handle this. And I'm sensitive like that, you know. I mean, I care. I mean, come on. So, anyways, so yeah, I was grieving the cat and sitting up on the porch with a flashlight and thank you, Babs, for the flashlight. But with a flashlight and trying to come up with ideas for how to get this cow away from here and bull away from here and not wanting to make him mad on top of that. I don't want to be charged by a bull. That would be even worse. And the first time I saw him, he was standing with 2 feet on the porch. Okay. And I was like, oh, my grateful he doesn't have horns. Because horns, he would have just destroyed everything. So 4 nights with no sleep at all. And then I had to go visit a neighbor. I went over to Leanna's. And we were going to have the first day of the Feast of Tabernacles together. And my days were off. I was so tired. I lost my voice. I was starting to have like bronchitis. I sounded horrible. I was like coughing, you know, nasty coughing. Nasty old lady coughing, I call it. Anyways, yes, Wendy, did I surprise you? It's okay. I'm telling a story. I'm just telling a story. I know I love you. You're my big dude. So she was grieving that first night. When the cat came back, you should have seen Wendy. You should have seen me. Anyways, I was so tired from not sleeping and stuff like that, that the whites of my eyes were red. It does happen for me sometimes, but not very often. And I don't know what it is, but I was just exhausted. And, but I mean, 4 solid nights, I cannot go to sleep. Now, I trained Wendy to not bark. And I'm talking about you, yes. I trained Wendy to not bark and to stay in the house and guard baby kitty and let mama help with the bowl. But to be quiet because that first night I realized every time she barked, the bull came closer. And I was like, how am I going to do this? So I don't want her to not bark, but she's barking again. We're good. So we went to Leanna's one night one day while I was over there. She let me take a hot shower. Oh, which, I mean, you know, normally my bathing stuff is fine with me, but this was just incredible how tired and exhausted and everything else I was. So that hot shower and standing in there, what a blessing, you know. Hi, Donna Kay. How you feeling today, Donna Kay? Thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. And yes, you go right ahead and take care of you today, Mary. I'm probably not going to stay on long. Just going to kind of give you guys an update. Yeah, if you have questions and stuff you really want me to talk about, use your 3 uppercase Q's first. and I'll read your message and I'll try to help you out. But if I'm too tired today, then I'll cut this short and we'll just, do it another time because I'm available all the time. And I'm not as tired today as I was the other day. And then it downpoured crazy thunderstorm raining while I was at Leanna's. And what a blessing she let me spend the night. I was like, I don't know your section of the road in a rainstorm. And so I don't know whether I'm going to have trouble on that piece of dirt road that I'm unfamiliar with. How do you feel about this? And so I spent the night and I came home the next morning and it was dry the next day. And so that worked out fantastic. I got better sleep. So did Wendy. And then we got back home and I was trying to do some stuff. I did some stuff, but it was like there's just so much going on. I don't remember exactly what I got done. I don't even remember. Oh, I poured my first cement. I did the fence post for the gate for the gate repair that I was in the middle of doing. I thought I was going to have help. I didn't get any help. So I just sucked it up and I tried doing it myself and I was successful. Yay. So that gate is still not finished, but the gate is on the outside wired to the cemented in post. So I can finish that as soon as we get a break. But we've been having rain for 4 days or more. And then this morning it was cold. Like almost time to have a fire in the wood stove. So the today list has on it getting a wagon full of wood from the wood pile to the backyard and getting the cover on it. I have a rain cover for it. Unfortunately, I didn't get that done earlier this week. I was hoping to, it didn't happen. And then to get this mess, organizing mess that I've got around the wood stove, to get that out of the way of the wood stove. It would be nice if I finished getting it all organized, but if I don't, I don't. If I get it moved, it's a success. And then if I need the wood stove, I can use it. Because one of the first times I woke up, it was 57 inside. We were fine, but I climbed right back. Okay, so I had my first good night's sleep at home last night. And because the other night, the night before, Wendy and I both, every time we heard a sound, we were at the front door looking. And Wendy has learned now she can go out on the porch and look around, but not bark and check before she goes off the porch. So that's been helpful that she's learning that. It's very helpful to me that she'll go out, she'll look, she'll check that I'm looking. And then if we don't see anything, you see her like relax her body and she'll turn around and come back to the door. And so it's like, okay, we don't have anything to be worried about. We can go back in. And so last night we checked twice between, say, 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock. And then we went to bed and we slept all night. And when I first woke up and I realized it was cold, I got right back in the bed and covered us all up. And baby Kitty had been out all night and she came in as well. And so it was Kitty and Wendy and me all cuddled in the bed. And I fell back asleep and I didn't wake up until 9 o'clock. And that's why my hair is not done. So it's what it is. And so, yes, bringing the pet crate back inside has always been on the list. And I had to wash it, so I did that this morning. I cleaned it up when my son and his daughter and when my son and his wife and their daughter were here, they left me a few Clorox wipes. So I was washing the animal crate up and then moving it where it needed to be with some blankets and pillows in it so that my animals have a warm extra place to be. Anyway, it's just, I'm babbling a little bit, but I'm going to strengthen that top of that. If you came on early, you saw it. Anyways, um, I'll put a piece of plywood on top of that because the battery pack I set on top of it's probably 25 or 30 pounds. It's a little heavy. So I'll put a piece of plywood on there sometime soon. And but for the moment, it just will hold the battery packs in front of my closet in that corner where the solar cable comes in the cabin. And then that helps my little buddies both have a place to be safe, a place to corral all of the pet toys. We're getting a collection of toys. And when the wood stove's running, if it's too, they have an extra spot to go. That's what that's all about. So, because sometimes Wendy wants to get away from the kitty. The kitty's young enough; she's still trying to nurse, and she bites Wendy, so it's a whole thing. And anyways, okay, let me see. I saw Bernie's name. Okay, I'm gonna go back up and check for Q questions. What was that, Wendy? Chipmunk? No, bird. It's a bird. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. Nice tripod. Looking good, Lesa. Thank you. Anything that holds the phone still and helps me that way, I figure is helpful for all of you. So to me, that's a big deal. Okay, so. And I know it wasn't a very expensive item. Eventually, I'll get it put on the store because this one should last a while as long as I'm careful with it. It's not the strongest, thickest materials, but it's lightweight. So if I did want to go somewhere or I wanted to carry it with me, when I go to the grocery store or something, it's light enough that I don't have to worry about that. And it was pretty inexpensive, as I recall. The food processor I bought that had the stainless steel bowl, don't buy it. Don't buy it. Sorry, guys. It broke. The first time I used it, it broke. I don't know whether you guys see those when they come through. Today, I don't remember how to turn those off. I am in that kind of, I'm a little tired. I'm okay, but I'm not all the way awake. I had 1 cup of coffee, but okay. Guys, you're my friends. Don't send me messages at 9:30 in the morning on a Sunday. Don't send me. Stop sending me messages while I'm trying to live stream. Right now, I only have limited signal where I live. By the way, speaking of the limited signal, I was considering picking up a Starlink Mini. It's on sale right now for $299 for the equipment. And you know that for a certain number of gigs, you can, it's $50 a month. And so I really was considering that. And I called and was talking to my son about it. And he said, but Mom, remember that thing I have that's a hotspot? I used it at your house and it was fine and it didn't use any power to speak of, right? It used such little power. It worked really good at your house. Remember that? And I was like, yeah, but you were talking about letting me have it and then you didn't. And I don't know where we're at with that. He said, well, I bought a new one, but I've been so busy since I got home. I haven't had a chance to finagle it. He said, I bought a new one for myself that's 5G. The old one's 4G. But the 4G worked at your house, so I'm sending you the 4G. I just got to make sure you're okay with the monthly payment. And I was like, tell me how much it is. And he said, I think the most it is $50 a month. And I said, well, that's what I was going to pay for Starlink. And Starlink's equipment was expensive. So yes, set me up, send it to me, I'll plug it in and we'll make it work. And he goes, oh, okay. But mom, you have too much stuff on the floor at your cabin. Well, duh. The shelves aren't all up. I mean, come on. I'm one person with a little income. I just keep trying. And he goes, oh, okay. Let me not be angry with you, mom. I'll say, just take a chill pill. Just send me the thing so I can use it. So he's I think we're supposed to talk this afternoon. He's getting ready to send that. Plus, he got a deal on an unlocked international version 5G phone. And I think he's sending me that as well. So it would be a phone upgrade for me, which might allow me to use this phone as a Wi Fi phone here or to film with and then use the other one for my phone. I don't know, but I'll look at it. But I have to get a bring your own phone SIM card. Anyways, we're gonna finish the conversation. I think this afternoon because his job is really like high stress, crazy. It's kind of he's an electrical engineer, but he's also like mechanically inclined, and so he has to keep machines running at a factory. And because of that, it's like anytime anything goes wrong with a machine on the line in the factory, he's on call for everything. Well, evidently a whole mess of stuff broke down while he was visiting me. So when he got back, he's been just crazy busy just getting stuff running. But on the weekends, the staff at the factory is a smaller amount of people. And so it's okay with them if he has personal phone calls and stuff. So I can talk to him easier on the weekends than any other time. That's what that's all about. All right. Beth said, I think that's a smiley face. First 2 feet on the porch, second bull in the cabin. Exactly. So I sat up. Thank you that I had my, thank you, great creator, that I had my new rocking chairs on the front porch because it's a comfortable place to sit. So I'm sitting in a rocking chair on the front porch, keeping that bull from getting on the porch. That was most of the whole thing for like 3 days. Don't get on my porch. Yeah. And so I would let Wendy be in the house and rest, and I would be on the porch. It's the way it was. Donna K saying hi. I already said hi to her. I see new names. Welcome, everybody. I'm not really, I think I'm just giving you an update today. I don't know. I have lots of information that I share about being off grid in dry cabins in this part of Apache County, Arizona. I have been out here. This is, I think I'm going on my 15th year of physically being here, but I didn't buy my property at that time. A friend owned this property. I was here for a long time, off and on, as a nomad, living in my van, then in my passport car, then in whatever I had afterwards, right? And so I would travel and come and go from here. And then COVID year, I almost died down in Quartzsite and then ended up in Yuma. And then I made my way home just as they were talking about COVID having a name. And so when I got home, I built the cabin because the weather here can be extreme. And I mean, that's why I'm 3/4 of a mile from the Navajo Nation fence line. So you can imagine reservations are not like wanted property. And it's not that any property is worth something to somebody, but that's why there's free range cattle. It's high desert. I'm at 6,500 feet elevation. I'm up on a ridge. I get lightning strikes. I get free range cattle. That's the whole bull story going on. I haven't had trouble with the free range cattle out here in years. The once in a while one walks through, but not having one hang out. And so this has been challenging. Yes, I should have more fencing. The labor to get fencing done is expensive. The equipment's, yes, expensive too, but I've gotten to where I can afford a little better. I don't have a bunch of trees to cut anymore for the fencing, but the fact that I own the top of a ridge and a lot of land down in the bottom, and it's a 50 or 60-foot drop off. Okay. And how do you fence that? So there's challenges and decisions to make, and the weather can be incredible. In past years, during monsoons, I had been stuck here up to 5 weeks, not able to get in or out. Nobody could get in. I couldn't get out. The 4-wheel drive pickup trucks that wanted to check on me could not get here. It's better now. The roads are better, but it's still a thing. So, all right. Whoops, did I miss a comment? No, I guess not. I guess Beth took care of that. Because Beth said, hi, Kieran McKay. Thanks for using uppercase Q's in front of your interesting comment. Not nice, but thanks for using the Q's. Gotcha. Okay. Thank you for catching that too, Beth. I appreciate your help. Bernie, I see you. Beth, and for those who are new, please put 3 uppercase Q's in front of comments or questions for Lesa to see and read. Yes, please. And hola, Bernie. Luke Ministry. I'm not trying to say your last name because I don't want to butcher it and I'm tired. But anyways, Luke, good morning. And Shabbat Shalom, sis from Mesquite, Texas. Thank you. By the way, thank you for your comments on the videos and community posts I made about the bull. I really appreciate your help with that. And yeah, my whole goal with this bull is to, stop sending me messages. You mess up the signal. Anyways, my goal with the bull is to move him along. So I sure at the advice of the rancher as well. Okay. But I already knew if he's coming for the rain barrel, get rid of the rain barrel. Right. So I moved it, but that wasn't good enough. Then I moved the wheelbarrow that had the straw in it. That wasn't good enough. I think that's why he tried to go in the yard fence, was because I pulled the wheelbarrow inside. It didn't have any straw in it, but the wheelbarrow was in here. And the wheelbarrow used to live outside the yard fence, kind of near the driveway. There's a stump that someday will get pulled or something. And I used to just turn the wheelbarrow upside down on top of that. Well, once I went back and did that, he left the wheelbarrow alone. I was like, okay. But it's been a process. And the bird bath, he didn't, I thought he put a hole, he stepped in it. I thought he put a hole in the bird bath. He didn't. He drank all the water. So once I figured out that the bird bath wasn't like dead, I went ahead and took the tub that was making my bird bath thing. I put it in a tree. He didn't even go near it. So, I mean, he can't quite get close. It's a tree with a lot of branches. So I stuck it in a tree, and he hasn't messed with that. So all of those things, like I said, my whole point was move him along. Go find your mama. Go find your brother or whoever, because I think he's one of those twins. Anyway, that was born in the spring. But I'm like, just go find your herd. Go away from here and go find your herd. So then when I went out to go to Leanna's, he had not come in that the driveway. He had come in from the side, which does not have a fence, okay, and from the west, and that doesn't have a fence because one, I have an absentee owner that is a close friend of mine for the next lot, and we've always thought that if he moved in, we would just leave that open between us, but or at least I had that thought. Maybe we didn't actually talk about it, but whatever. Anyways, I don't know if he's ever coming back. So, but I hadn't fenced it. That's the point. I had not fenced it. I don't really want to, but at the same time, if I'm going to keep having trouble, I'm going to have to fence it. So, but anyway, so I knew that originally he didn't come down the driveway. Well, when I went to go to Leanna's, he actually went out the driveway. And I saw where, when he got here, he had come all the way down 1.5 miles down the road, turned on the other road, past the neighbors, and came in my driveway, and then left on the driveway, but went off into the trees. So once I realized that, okay, well, now we got to mess with the fact. So at the road that's right in front of me, that road is not super clear, but I had the trees cut, but I haven't had the stumps pulled. And darn, that guy screwed me on that job. I had a big, like 3-foot diameter tree. I didn't get any firewood from that tree at all. And I paid him. I mean, he got good pay for what he did. All I asked him to do was drop the wood and I'll get somebody to move it, right? But he evidently took the wood away from here, so he got paid well. Anyway, deep breath on that one, let it go. Because God's got other plans, right? I mean, that seems to be what happens in my life. So, but anyways, so this road in front of me is the easement road, but it also, I asked the county to give me the number for it so that I could get it put on Google Maps. And I did that successfully. Took me about 6 months, but successfully I got it done. So you can't follow GPS to get here, but I got it on there. So anyway, so that road in front of me, my lot is narrow, long and skinny. So that road frontage on my property is only 300 feet. That's fenced, and it's fenced correctly except for one thing. The guys that did it, I asked them to do the 4 strands. I had enough barbed wire, but I was having trouble walking when they were working on it. That was a couple of months ago when I was really struggling to walk. And they forgot to do the last bottom strand. All the wires up there, but they forgot to do it. And then when I asked them, I asked them, could you come back and do that for me? They said they needed $80 labor to do it. And so I've just put it off because for now it keeps most things out. So, but I don't have a gate. My entry posts are 2 railroad ties that are cemented in the ground, and a standard driveway measurement is 12 feet. Most people in the country do 16 feet, not 12. Well, when I was having those put in, the person that helped me decided how big that was going to be. They dug the hole, they made the decision. So mine's 12 feet. So when you come in, you got to swing it wide, and you got to use the 2 lanes of the kind of road in front of me. Right. So anyways, to kind of swing it to get in here. My tracker, I don't have any trouble, but it's a teeny weeny car. Anyway, so, okay, why am I telling you all that? So I don't have a gate. But I do have the driveway alarms. One is on those posts and the other one is down the road a little bit. And I haven't done it yet. I need to go reprogram them. One of the settings will not only allow it to ding at the cabin, but out there, if something trips it, it'll set off a alarm and flashy lights. So I need to reset that to that. That'll scare them away from the gate. And then I took a pool noodle I had and I strung it through some paracord and have it across the driveway, across as if it was a gate. That used to help years ago. So I did that. Now they can still come in from the east and from the west, but they don't really have much reason now that that barrel's not full of water, and we've had so much rain that all the cattle ponds are full. So maybe I'm okay for a little while. I understand from another neighbor, my neighbor Chris, who's so helpful sometimes. Most of the time she's incredibly helpful. Anyways, she informed me that Tractor Supply has fencing supplies and gates on sale every November. Guess what next month is? It's November. So it's very possible. What are you hearing, Wendy? It's very possible that if I do no other special things at all, just the one big expense, I might be able to get enough barbed wire and T-posts for the east and the west. It won't do down the hill and it won't go across. I am unclear how I want to deal with it at the ridge. I would rather it didn't get fenced across there because it's pretty, but I may have to just do what I have to do. But for the two sides, I measured it. The two sides, gee, stop sending messages at 9:30 in the morning. Anyways, the east and the west sides, I need 29 T-posts and 2 rolls of barbed wire to do those correctly. And then that's, like I said, not across the ridge and not down the ridge. So I don't know how we're going to mess with that. Okay, so that's that part of the story. So let me go check messages. 3 uppercase Q's, Virgo boy, and nothing. Okay, well, that's interesting. Luke has, I don't know why you have the nice green. I have to look again, but it says, welcome to Simple. Thank you. I'm looking for 3 uppercase Q's, which is my cue to read your message. Okay. So, Wendy, I can't open the door for you right now because I don't want people to see how I'm dressed off camera. How's that for a comment? No, I can't come help you. You have to wait, please. Because as much as my hair didn't get done, other things didn't get done either. I have on my good old trusty, ancient, really old blue shirt that I just love. I need to get another raincoat. My rain jacket, the green one I used to have, it kind of died a not fun death. But I can't, honey, no, you have to wait, please. Please wait. You want to go out and play? Hang on. Let me give you something else to look at so I can let her out the door. There you go. All right, then you can't see me in my half-dressed state or whatever. You know, you get out here and you get what you get. I'm so just very real about all my stuff. Okay. All right, she's out the back. Okay, what is she barking at? Okay, she started barking. I don't know what at, but I don't see any bull cow right this minute. So, I'm trying to see. What are you barking at, Wendy? What are you barking at? Okay. All right. I think we're okay. And you're inside, so you're kind of safe. I think you're okay. All right. We're going to let her do what she does outside. Ugh. It was cold here this morning. Cold in a relative sense. It was cold here this morning when I first got up. Down in the 50s. And so for the future mornings coming up, I've got to get a few things done so that I can run the wood stove. Because had it been much cooler this morning, I would have wanted a fire. But we were okay. Sometimes I don't light a fire until it's 45. It depends on my mood. But I've been so tired. And I can imagine that you guys understand that. When you're exhausted from a stressful thing, you often feel cold. And you just want more warm. So, extra blankie on the bed kind of thing. I got a Roger that from Luke. Oh, wait, I missed something else. Let me see. I got Luke joined SimplyLesa community. Oh, that's wonderful. And Roger that too. So that's what's going on. And Wendy is still, I'll let you guys see her. Can you see her barking now? I'm going to get up and check the door. But if something was at the front gate, unless they're short, they can't come through. And the whole point with this bull problem I've had is I just want him to move on. There are other neighbors he can visit and be annoying with. He can just go somewhere else. And I'm letting Wendy out the front door because she is barking as if. And I'll let her go. She'll keep him away too. He doesn't like her voice. But she keeps a distance. I can't see him and I can't hear it. I can't hear hoof marks. Sometimes if I hear the hooves, I know for sure. But I'm just going to let her do. I know she's little and I know I'm putting her out front where maybe it is, but So, yeah, so off-grid, nomadic, old school stuff. I live very I live very simply in an off-grid dry cabin that's tiny. It is 12 foot by 12 foot square. It has a cathedral ceiling that's 12 foot high. It wasn't exactly planned, but that's what happened. And so it's 144 square foot. I have an outhouse of sorts. I call it my shower house, but it basically is 2 composting toilets that are 55-gallon drums, half buried in the ground with an enclosure around it, and enough space with patio pavers to stand there and take a shower with a camp shower thing. I'm allergic to propane, so I don't use a propane water heater, which would be lovely, but the reason I don't use it is because I'm allergic to propane. But I have a wood-fired hot water heater sitting in the yard. I don't know how to use it. I can't find the information on it, but it can't be that hard. There's an inlet and an outlet for a water hose, but they're both on the top, which I thought was odd, but whatever. They're both on the top. And there's the chimney for the wood. There's a firebox on the bottom, and there's a relief valve. But for me, why would you put the relief valve low on the side instead of up on the top? I don't understand. But um, the place I got it from, it was brand new in a box, laying on the ground for a lot of years, and the mice had chewed up all the paperwork. And it did come from Mexico, and I can't find any information except for another picture of another one, just like the one I have. So that someday will get set up as my hot water shower. At some point, just it's on the back burner right now. It's here, and that's as much as I could maneuver for now. Um, I with the bull messing around with the rain barrel. That one rain barrel, I have one gutter on the house, and it was draining into that, but it wasn't sealed. And so I've got to do something about with all the rain we've been getting. I could have had all this free water stored, and I just sometimes when you're off grid like this and you're low income, sometimes you just have to take a deep breath and realize that maybe you didn't catch it all this year, but you'll be okay. Because, like I've said, Yahweh God has always had my back. I've had kind of a interesting life. And because of that, I just have to sometimes go, deep breath. Okay, God, I've done what I can see to do. Show me what else I can do to help you. But I need your help now. I need you to take the driver's wheel. You know, you've got my back because you always have. And there are some times when I have to say that when I go to bed at night. Like, okay, God, I did everything I can think of to protect what you've given me, and thank you for everything I have and the wisdom and the ideas and everything else. But all I know to do now is I need rest. And so I'm going to lay down and I'm going to let you have my back and you take care of it so that I can get some rest. And then I get up the next day and I do my best. And so I just keep doing that because I don't know what else to do, and it makes sense. And so yes, I use what I already have. Sometimes I'm getting new things, sure. Sometimes I did a barter deal, but I had to buy something to get the hot water heater from the people that had it. They were having trouble with some neighboring not nice people in their immediate neighborhood out here. Um, they were really messing with their property, and they were stealing from them and stuff. And so they needed game cameras, and I knew where to get game cameras. So I bought them 2 game cameras, and I got a bunch of stuff for that. That's how it works sometimes. And so we do what we can. We had some really big windstorms recently too, as well as sometimes with the rain, we'll get a bunch of wind and then the dust will blow in and the sand gets on things. Well, over the summer, the kitchenette stuff had mostly been outside. And so there's a bunch of my pots and pans and things, kitchen things of that nature, that got really dirty in the last couple of weeks. And so I've got to slowly work at getting those cleaned up and put away either in a sealed bucket or something so that they're clean again. Because it would be nice to be able to just go get that XYZ pot and just make XYZ. I was thinking about how it'd be nice to have a soup today, but my soup pot's dirty, so I've got to go wash it before I could do that. Not that I can't make soup in something else, but it would be a tiny amount, and to me that doesn't make much sense anyway. So I don't know, guys. Um, what else? Does anybody have something that they really need help with today or something? Because I'm enough tired. Um, Yes, I was as worried as some of you were with the fact that I was so tired and so stressed out that I lost my voice and I was starting to have like bronchitis and breathing problems. And it was concerning, yes. But then one good night helped. The next day I had it a little bit. It's for all intents and purposes gone. I can't feel it now. But I know to be careful. So I'll do my best. So, yeah, anybody got anything else they want me to talk about with an uppercase Q comments? I also have got a real problem with the water leak from the windows in my tracker. I was able to get a hold of the guy who replaced my windshield for me a few months ago. And he told me, I sent him some extra pictures. He's going to hunt for the correct weather stripping for those windows on the tracker. And he said he's going to try to get a hold of me this week, and it might be the week after. And then I'll go meet him so he doesn't have to come all the way out here, because I'll probably have to go to the post office or something. But I'll go meet him, and then we'll see. Then we'll make a plan for fixing those windows. The small leak from the roof, I also have a plan for. I got a hold of my friend Brad. His dog's name is Lily, so I call him Brad and Lily. Brad has the YouTube channel Sun Raider Overland, and I asked him some questions about something I'd been thinking of doing, and he confirmed for me that it was a good idea and how to go at doing it. And so I think he's better at all the Amazon stuff than I am from the sounds of it, but that's okay. Um, with my son getting ready to send me this hotspot thing, I should have better signal, and that should help for me to be able to do a few more things. And I'm pretty certain that the phone he's sending me, the 5G new unlocked international version with multiple SIM card slots, I'm pretty sure what he told me was that it's a Moto. So, like a higher end, how do I explain that? Anyways, but a Moto. I was going to say a Moto G, but I don't know that they make those anymore. But what, anyways. Luke said, right behind you on becoming a minimalist, having my estate sale soon on eBay. Then the fun begins. I am on the same page as you. Keep on trucking. Take it easy. Thank you, Luke. Thank you. It's been quite a thing to be living this way and having these thoughts from the time I was very young. Um, I was 17 and just getting my first apartment when I was right around that time when I was exploring natural fiber clothing based on God's laws in the Old Testament, or in the Tanakh. I didn't get my copy of a Tanakh for a few years, but I was at that stage, and it was hard to do back then, but I spent 80 something dollars in 1977 for a linen dress that was dyed with natural fiber, natural dyes. And I about wore that thing out. I loved that dress. And I would only buy leather shoes. I know that these things are healthier, but I didn't have any support for that kind of life and the things that I was interested in. I had no support from anywhere. And as most of you who have been out here for a while with me know, or have been following me for a while, most of you know that I didn't even have support from my immediate family for even being alive in the world. So it wasn't like that kind of a life for me. Um, And if you've had a better life than me, I am so grateful that you could. Wow. But I'm it's not been fun, but I'm okay with what I went through because look at who I am. That's kind of cool. I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm just a human being, just like everybody else. I got flaws too. Come on. Um, but I'm so grateful that I've been given wisdom and knowledge and stuff, and that I'm capable of a lot of the things I'm doing. So um, I at times want to just get out from under this property and this cabin. And then I realized that God's given it to me for something. And if it's so that my son can inherit it, then okay. If it's not, okay. But I just keep plugging along and waiting for God to show me what he wants me to do. But I'm pretty certain that I'm not done traveling. I don't know what that looks like right now, but that's okay too, because I don't know a lot of things. I'm not privy to what the great creator's doing. I mean, sure, he shows me some stuff, but all right, guys. I don't know. I'm feeling like Wendy, stop barking. I want to go check and see what's going on over there. I mean, I saw a wolf a week ago on top of this. I didn't put it out because I didn't get a picture of it. But I was like, that is not a dog. And it was here on the property. And I've had a wolf before, just not for a couple of years. So, but it's like, okay, I don't, if he comes closer or he grabs Wendy, there's not much I'm going to be able to do. A shovel and a cast iron fry pan's only going to do so much. But, we do what we have to do. And I do what I have to do. And I have learned over the years to trust that if I do my best, God's got the rest of it. And whether I understand it, whether it goes smooth or not, and I'll somehow be okay, even if I got no clue what that okay is. Um, so I'm grateful for what happens all the time. And I think that probably this week I'll do a lot more resting. Although I can't really rest too much, I gotta take care of things too. So I'm gonna go out and get a wagon. The wagon is empty now, so I'll go out and get a wagon load of firewood and bring it up. I'll make sure it's split before I bring it up. Bring it up to the wood rack. I'll get that. Hopefully, I'll get that full today. If I at least get it moved over here today, that's good. And I'll get this stuff I'm organizing that's in the floor out of the way. If I have a chance to put it all away or into a bin out in where the storage stuff is, so I can deal with it some other time, that would be okay as well. None of it is anything super vitally important today, but a lot of it came out of the tracker. But because the tracker has the leak from the window, and so the floor in the back is kind of wet right now, the carpet and stuff's kind of wet, then I'm just gonna not put that stuff back in and not make decisions about do I want to keep using those things. So that'll be when I do more tracker stuff. So, but trackers, engines running really good. I really need to check the fluids before I go anywhere again. And I'm partially saying that to remind myself. But yeah, I need to check the fluids in it before I go far. Um, oh, I got a new pantry cabinet. Let me see if I can share it with you. There was a way with the green screen, and then to go find the pictures. Okay, I have to just go this way. I got a new pantry cabinet. It has taken me a while I've been looking at this particular cabinet for about, I don't know how many months, a number of months. There it is. See? Isn't it pretty? Yeah, I'm trying to get out of the way. Isn't it pretty? Anyways, it's all metal. And in the description on Amazon, it says tall, narrow bathroom or pantry cabinet. Okay. Uh, I'm not sure if I put it out on the store. I was going to, but then I don't remember if I did because it's been busy this week and things keep happening, and I keep losing signals, so I don't know. But anyways, I got the cabinet. It looks good. It sits right outside the back door on the back patio, and I'm so incredibly blessed. I was checking how much space is there on the shelves. Is 5 shelves, and I'm sorry, my head's in the way, but anyway, so nice shelving. And then I cleaned out the trash can that has been my food storage container, and it's full. Yay! So easier to get to and don't have to dig through the trash can see what you've got. Yeah, there's the goat milk right there. That's freeze dried beef liver, kosher gelatin, stuff that I use. Coffee and stuff and sweet stuff and honey, the honey that Leanna got me right up there. But all the sweet stuff and the coffees and stuff like that up there. Down here. Oh, lentils, fava beans, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't remember. Anyway, but yay! No pots and pans, no dishes, food stored. And then I'm also working on my, no, can't see it that way. I'm also working on my mini root cellar. I'm hunting for the picture. Hang on a sec. My mini root cellar, I showed you the other day, but oh, there's the picture of the hot water heater. You'd like to see that too. There's the hot water heater. So eventually that'll get set up. All right. Yeah, I gotta go check on Wendy. She's a distance away, but I hear her still trying to bark. Um, well, she is barking, but okay, picture, 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 picture. I don't know what you guys are seeing while I'm hunting for the picture. I hope it's not like stupid stuff that you're looking at. Stupid, listen to me. That's not very nice. Whatever. Where's the picture? Oh, it should be right in here. Here we go. Okay, so this is the mini root cellar that's going to get a door that's going to look like a hobbit house. And it's 3 foot diameter both ways and 3 foot deep. So it needs to have dirt all around it and up over the top and on the back. And then it needs a door. I need more metal to enclose it. There's a screw in the back wall that I got to turn around. The pointy part, it needs to be on the outside, not on the inside where it would catch on something. And because of all the rain and everything, I've got a little water sitting down in the bottom. Down in the bottom down there. So I got to clean it out, get a door on it, get it a little more secure so I can start to have some more food storage in that. But that's in the garden and it's right up at the top of the hill out the back door. So I don't know, 20, 30, 40 feet away, something like that. Not very, that far away. But as I work at that, that gives me more food storage. And in the winter, it'll even be able to probably hold meat and stuff like that and keep it from like freezing solid or keep it frozen or whatever. But And yes, it's right beside the garden. And these plants are big now. They're real big now. I don't have a fresh new picture. But so I need to work on that. And when I woke up this morning, I was thinking, I've got one more 2 by 10 or 2 by something plank. I think I'm going to go ahead and say that we can use that plank as part of the door. I think it will make a really pretty, solid door for that, for food storage. So, okay. So now get us off green screen. Done. Here I come back. So this is a big deal to me to have more easier to access food storage of things. Now I'm no longer being carnivore, though I still do eat meat, okay, or broth or whatever. Um, and I don't like eggs for some reason, and I don't know what that's all about, but whatever. Um, I've been being led to go back to biblical foods, and biblical foods means that I will have meat and curd and um, legumes and things of that nature. And so I do not believe that biblically God wanted us to, well, he may have wanted us originally to be raw vegan or fruitarians or something. But then when some changes came and he had to m- make some allowances for things like murder and stuff like that, then he said, well, yeah, now you got to eat meat because we're not wasting the sacrifice of the animal. And so there are some things like that that I believe. I don't get into those deep conversations out here. But that being said, uh, there is meat in my diet, and there's also fruits and vegetables. And I've been working on finding a way to incorporate these things as natural and old school as possible that makes it ways that I can travel as well as have what I feel I need, as I'm led to do. I hope that's making sense in your world. It makes sense in my world. Whoops, I missed. There's another. Luke saying, nice, practical, and functional upgrade. How's the root cellar? Well, the root cellar's kind of just sitting right now, but after doing a couple of things with the cement, I realized, see, I used to have this thing about not using cement. Well, and I know where it came from. It came from back years and years ago when I was reading the county's rules about building. And part of their rules were if you put anything in that was permanent construction. And part of their description of permanent construction used to be, it's not anymore, but it used to be if you were using cement. And so I thought, oh, I'll just not use cement and then it won't be permanent and they can only be so mad at me. And but that's changed. And now that I've used some and it's really useful and helpful, the other day I was like, at Home Depot, that Quikrete bags that I bought, it's in a red bag and it sets up fast. Those were like $7 a bag. If I got a bunch of that, I could put it all around the back of the root, the U shape, the sides and the back of the root cellar and fill it with dirt between it and or sand between it and the metal of the root cellar. And over time, the bags would turn into stone and they would hold the dirt where it needs to be. And I was like, yeah, now you're thinking. Because at $7 a bag at Home Depot, not the close store, which is Ace Hardware, they're $11 a bag. So, different price. And the tracker's only going to carry so many bags of cement back because at 50 pounds a piece, I weigh a certain amount inside the car. The car can only handle so much weight. And so it would basically be the weight of another person in the passenger seat is about what I could carry. And that would be about 4 bags of cement. Maybe I could get away with 6 bags, but that would be pushing it a little. So it would be better if somebody else is running to one of the stores and I can just order it and just say, "Hey, you've got your big pickup. Can you grab this for me?" And then make sure I can help unload it, right? And I was blessed. I didn't think I could pick up that 50-pound bag as much as I'd had struggles with my health recently. And then I picked up and moved 2 50-pound bags. So not at the same time, but one bag and then the other one. And I went, well, crap, I can move them. Okay. I thought I wouldn't be able to walk the next day. That wasn't true. So, anyway, I'm going on and on about it, but that was really nice. So, practical, functional, upgrade, how's the root cellar? So that's the root cellar. Leanna's saying, yay for food storage. I know. Not just yay for food storage, but yay for food storage that's full too. I mean, because I've had times I've been here and I would go shopping, once every 2 weeks. And I only had, well, especially during the summer when I was using an ice chest because I don't have a refrigerator here. And I was only eating meat, and I only had meat for 4 days, and then it was going to spoil. And it was like, yeah, that's hard. So this is way better, yes. So now Luke is saying, how much earth are you going to use on the root cellar? Well, the point is, I would like to have between 1.5 and 2 feet of earth surrounding it. And then plants all growing on it to keep it from blowing away. Of course, this cement idea is a good idea because it helps as well, but it also helps that, nothing can dig through. Well, nothing's going to dig through because it's inside the yard fence, unless a bull gets through and just gets ugly. But whatever. So yeah, I was thinking 1.5 to 2 feet all the way around it, except for the door, right? But now I'm kind of going, if I use bags of cement as part of it, then it could be 1 foot to 1.5 feet. And it would be more dirt on the top than cement bags if I switch and do cement bags. I'm just saying, I'm thinking out loud with y'all, but then Beth said, not sure yet. Tall bathroom cabinet, narrow metal storage cabinet with 5 adjustable shelves, single door for bathroom, 67 high, white. That probably is it. It comes in other colors. It comes in a black or a gray, I can't remember, but a dark color. And I think it comes in brown. And it comes in the white and a teal blue, which I thought about. And then I was like, no, let's be reasonable. So, because you put your color in things like little pillows instead of in big pieces of furniture, because you can change these anytime you want. By the way, yes, my daughter-in-law Peyton has already started working on winter pillow covers for my pillows. She was so excited. I was like, go for it. What am I going to say? I mean, I'm so grateful, but yeah, go for it if she wants to. So, all right. Yes, I love that cabinet. And I think the cabinet could be used anywhere. It does have magnetic closures on the door. It was really simple to put together. I put a lot of little furniture pieces together over my years. That was very simple. Big box, but very simple to put together. Big box and lots of styrofoam. So for right now, I'm not getting rid of the box or the styrofoam yet, because I'm going to take some of those sheets of styrofoam and insulate the bottom big portion of my rolly tool cart, which is where my power tools sit, that have I have Black & Decker that have the tool rechargeable batteries. I'm going to let those, I'm going to insulate with that inside that toolbox. At least that one layer. I may do a second layer. Metal tools, whole other thing. They're in the black cabinet out behind the shower house. There's a couple of things that I might use styrofoam for in the shower house, and that mostly is to make sure that there's extra warm cat beds in there. There's cat beds with straw right now, but I need to do some more cat beds in case more cats show up. Because if more people offer and they're reasonable, then they can come. So that's that. So I'm gonna use as much of that styrofoam as I can use. So that's where I'm headed with that. And when Josh and his wife were here, Josh and Peyton were here, they bought a tub at Walmart. They get the cover for it. I wish they had brought me the cover, the lid. They used it for a bathtub for the daughter, the 2-year-old. And that was fine. But with all the rain and the cattle, the lid is useful. And I don't know if Walmart will let me be at their store and leave with a lid. I don't know how I'm going to do that. So, guys, I'm sorry. I just saw my hair again. I'm sorry about my hair. I did not rebraid it. It's what happened. Okay. This is the black, blue, white. Yes, this is from what you sent me. Yes. Okay. Yes. And then Luke says, bags of cement would be bulletproof too. Yeah, I know. I don't know that I need it to be bulletproof, but I don't mind that it's super insulated and that I don't have to be concerned about the wind blowing it all away. John from Frugal Off Grid, we were talking about these things not long ago. And I know some people don't like him because of his past. But, sometimes our past is in the past and we can let it be that and it be okay. So you decide but the fact that I mentioned him does not make me a bad person. Anyways, we were discussing root cellar issues because I talked to him way before he ever built his. And then he built his and now he's got his cabin almost ready. And we were just, catching up, just touching base. I do that with many of my neighbors. Just, you okay? I haven't talked to you in a while. Just checking in, Anyway, and he said that, like I thought, his big root cellar, he always is having a black snake in it. And I'm like, yeah, okay, well, I don't want a snake. So that's another reason why mine's little. I don't want a snake. No. And this should help that as well. And he was saying, and the other problem he was having was the way he piled the dirt up over the dirt kept blowing away and he had to keep managing it by putting more dirt back up over it. So in the future, he's planned to do a thing where he sprays some cement over his. So I get that. I just saw something. Oh, you didn't say bulletproof, you said bullproof. Ah, got you. But yes, bulletproof as well, yes. So, but anyway, so I had already known that I was not digging a root cellar way far down underground because I knew people that lived in half underground houses, and every time the rain got bad, they had a rattlesnake. And I'm not sleeping with a rattlesnake in my house. Oh, heck no. So, no. So anyways, yeah. So that's a conversation I had. And yeah, the fact that I mentioned somebody that had a past, get over it, okay? God deals with people who have had past. Get over it. All right, here we are. Beth said, be careful what you speak out loud. The cat distribution system is always Don't I know? But Jess had told me not long ago, I haven't seen him in a while, but it's been raining. But Jess had told me that he was thinking about bringing me 2 or 3 cats a while back. But I told him, until he helps me have more cat beds that are secure, I can't have more cats. So he needs to help me with the cat beds. So. And yeah, I got you, Luke. I missed that. I thought you said bulletproof, but bulletproof, yeah. That'll help, yeah. Yeah. So even if he gets in, there's only so much damage he can do. But yeah, so that's what's going on right now. And I think that's enough. It's 11 o'clock. I haven't heard Wendy in a minute. I don't know where she is. Let me let you look out the window for a minute. Let's do this. And let me check. Because you see my shirt at the top, but I still have my nightgown on. And I have pants on, like leggings and a nightgown. Oh, Wendy, you're real close. Is everything okay? Did you protect us really good? You're such a good girl. Oh, I hear guns. Is that what you were barking at? I hear guns. Yep. Somebody's wasting bullets. They must be reloading because there's a pause and then there's a bam, 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 and there's a pause. That must be what she was barking at. Come on, Wendy. Come on, come on. I know y'all looking out the bottom half of my nightgown and leggings underneath my blue shirt. Here, come here, baby. Come here. So Miss Wendy was protecting us. Oh, what happened? Oh no, the battery's dying. Oh no. Hold on. I got a way to fix it, but hang on. No, poop head. Mama, what are you doing, Mom? Ugh. You know, I looked at this when I was starting the video, and then I forgot to do it. Okay, plug this in here. Oops, turn it over. Turn that button on. See the orange flashy lights. Plug us in. Come on, plug in. Plug in. Okay. All right, the battery's charging again. Oh my goodness. It was at 5% and we were still on? Whoa. Okay. That's not very good. Okay, so come back here. Come here. I want people to see my Miss Wendy. Miss Wendy's such a big helper. She's such a protector, doggawoos. No, I didn't brush her hair today. We just have to get over it. She's such a good protector, girl. She really is. And she catches rats and chipmunks. And she helps us be safe. But when I step to the door to get her, somebody is shooting a gun in the general neighborhood. You know, I don't know people. So I just see Virgo boys stuff. By the way, Shabbat Shalom. But would you please, when you come visit us, be gentle with your comments. We're a kind of gentle, kind community out here. We do allow people to be who they are, but you be nice or my moderators will smack a troll. Okay? And that's my term for they will get rid of you. You're welcome to come back, but please, if you want me to read your comment out loud and then speak on that subject, please put 3 uppercase Q's in the front of your comment. That's how I choose what to read and what not to read. And then if I start to read your thing and it doesn't look cool, you'll hear me say, oh yeah, I'm not answering that, or something of that nature. So that's what you see is what you get out here. And there are some days that I am so tired or whatever, like I am, well, I'm okay-ish today. But you see my hair. I'm only apologizing so much. I did not do my hair this morning. But I haven't been up long either. There's a fly in here. Oh, that's. Is that what you're looking at, Wendy? There's a fly. He needs to go away. Oh, guck. Poop head. Okay, so what else? Because I'm ready to go. I need to go use the bathroom. I'm hungry. I want another drink. And I've got to go move some firewood and some junk out of the way. The thing is if that one tub that Josh left here had a lid, all this stuff would fit in it, and I could just put it out of the way until I have more time to deal with it. And right now, I've got to go make a place for stuff. Just I'm rolling my eyes. It's just annoying. That's all. So, are you guys good if we go? I'll wait a couple of minutes for an answer. Thank you for looking at that fly, Wendy. We got to get rid of him. And I think I'll put on some lentil rice stew. I don't have any meat. Well, it's not that I don't have any meat I could put in it because I have those liver, but I don't feel like that right now. But I think that's what I'll do is just do like a lentil rice thing. And because it's a cool day. And then after I get some things done. And I'm not trying to work super hard, Feast of Tabernacles, but I do have to take care of me and my family. And my family being my baby Kitty and Wendy. And if it's cold, I've got to take care of them. And I don't have enough firewood on the rack in the backyard that is already split or small. And what I can choose when I go over there is to grab little things that are already split or small and not have to work too hard. But I need that stuff closer so I can keep my babies warm. And I saw in the forecast that they're talking we could get winter like weather and stuff tonight. So it being like 57 this morning. If it was down in the 40s or right around 50, I might want a fire. So, but it could be a small one. It doesn't have to be a big one. But okay. I see Beth saying, yes, please, running late, making a cake to celebrate my baby's 25th birthday and dinner. Okay, well, you guys have a great week. You pray for each other, please. Pray for the world. It's crazy. It's what we're being given, but it's crazy. And have a wonderful week until we see you again. We'll come back here next Sunday, same bat time, same bat channel. Yes, that dates me, but get over it. I'll date myself. I'm 67. So let's see. Anything else? Make sure you specifically pray for Liana and Donna Kay. They have some health issues that are, challenging. Please pray for me as well that I get my diet a little more simplified, and I think I got a good handle on it, but simplified and whatever. I felt like I gained weight, and I would prefer that I'm walking well and not in a gain in weight place. So I don't know what else to say. But have a wonderful week. Know that I'm going to pray for y'all as well, like I tend to always try to do. I feel so blessed to have the friends that are becoming more like family. Um, Friends like family to me are family. Uh, and we're doing better at contacting each other and just checking in. And so let's continue those things. I think that they're healthy community support things. And you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. And we will see you all later. Bye from Miss Wendy too. Bye. Bye, peoples. On the phone. Bye. Have a great week. Ciao.